This is Veridicus Viking. Now, a lot of us down here in Tennessee might say Veridicus Viking. But because today I'm talking to you about accents, I want you to know that not everybody down here in the South has an accent. No. Now, we know that you guys up in the North, you guys have the accent, not us. Now, I know especially up there in the great white frozen tundra of places like Wisconsin and Minnesota and the UP of Michigan. You know what I'm talking about. And the UP, I wondered what that stood for, but then I got to thinking about it, and the UP is actually the upper part of Michigan. And I started to think, you know what, Veridicus, I bet they can't spell upper, but they could spell up. So they just put UP. And then instead of saying up Michigan, because that don't make no sense, they said it's called UP of Michigan. But then I also thought maybe it's not because it's the only word they can spell. Maybe it stands for the upper pencil of Michigan. So it's either UP because it's up Michigan, or it's UP because it's the upper pencil. That's up for you to decide. I just don't know, because I live here in Tennessee. But, you know, we don't make a fun of you guys in the way you talk or the way you have an accent. But just like everybody down here does not have an accent, neither do the people in other states. But some of you guys, and you know who you are, you talk like this here. Now, I don't know if it's because you're from Norway or from Scandinavia, other parts, but you talk like this. I've seen you. I've visited up there in the northern Wisconsin, and I know that there's some folks that talk like this still today, to be sure. But it's even different depending on the area and the state that we're talking about. Like out there in Californication, I believe is what that state on the left coast is called. There's those people that they call the Valley Girls, or the Valley Boys, or the Valley Its, or the Valley Theys, or the Valley's Uncommitted. The whatever they got going out there is kind of confusing to the rest of us in the world, you know. But some of them Valley people, they have this like, oh, like, yeah, like, and boy, you can hear them coming a mile away, yeah, to be sure. Like here in Tennessee, we get a lot of those people that are coming here, and man, you can hear them talking. You're going up to them going, whooskaroo, you ain't from here, that's Dunby for sure. And they said, no, I'm from California, occasion, or whatever that is. And then there's the people in Chicago. You guys think you got no accent that we do, but we can hear you guys coming a mile away too. You got an accent. Not only do you got an accent, but you don't even realize the attitude that you guys have got up there in Chicago. Because, you know, you guys, lots of you think that you're the greatest city in the world, and you just ain't so. The crime is high, the taxes are high. What do you expect from a state that's run by the mafia, by the organized crime syndicate? Oh, I'm sorry, now they call themselves lawyers and politicians. But you know what I'm talking about now, don't ya? But we can hear your accent coming a mile away too. And the people in the East Coast too. I had back in the middle school many years ago, my coach for wrestling, he was from Boston. And he always used to say Boston. And it sounded like he was bad, like he was some kind of sheep or something there. And he always would tell us to get a drink of water. And we didn't know down here in Tennessee what that was. And so he would tell us to shut up and quit making the fun of the way he talked from Boston. But he couldn't say the word car. He would say car. And we'd always tell him, hey, coach, that's the sound that the crow makes out in the woods. Caw, caw, caw. But he never did take to liking to that. He didn't like the way we teased him. But hey, it was all in good fun. He was a nice guy and a good coach. But Anyway, and in New York, you guys talk like you're a bunch of gangster thugs and don't know it either. But, you know, like, yo, Vinnie, what you doing? And you sound like you got, you know, like a third grade education, if you know what I'm saying to ya, Vinnie. And we hear that to talk, and we're going, oh boy, them guys that got an accent. But then you all come down here and you make a fun of us because you think that we got an accent. No, to be sure, you guys are the ones with the accents. But anyway, depending on where you live, some people does got an accent and some people doesn't have an accent. But we just don't make a fun of you. So why do you make a fun of us? I know that when I was younger, people would give me a hard time when I'd say howdy and y'all, and they'd go, oh, listen to you, you sound like a hick, don't you know? So I do my best not to have any kind of accent, and now, everywhere I've lived in 4 states in this great country of ours, and Tennessee is home to me, but in Wisconsin, when I lived there, people would say, where are you from? And I'd say, here. And they'd go, no. And then I'd say, Tennessee. And they go, oh, okay, that'd make more sense. But then, when I lived in Oklahoma, they'd say, where are you from? And I'd say, not here. And they go, I didn't think so. But I lived down in southern Louisiana, and I'd talk down there, and they'd go, oh, you're not from here. Where are you from? And I would say somewhere else. And they'd go, oh yeah, because they could tell it wasn't from Louisiana. And then now I do my best to have no accent, that I come down here in Tennessee and people I've known for 20 years go, hey, where are you from? And I'd say, well, not from here apparently. So, you know, sometimes when you get a lot of schooling, a lot of education, sometimes your accent starts to go away. That's just the way it is, don't you know? So if you hear somebody from the South, it doesn't mean they're not smart or that they didn't go to school, because sometimes if I'm not paying attention, I get the pretty strong accent going, but I try not to. And I got the 3 undergraduate education degrees, and my master's research is in airborne pathogens, don't you know? So, you know, you can't judge a person by the way they talk, or by the accent that they have, or anything like that there. So, I guess what I'm saying is that if you're an American, that's what matters. So, do your best to not judge people by the way they talk, or by the accent that they have. And if you don't make a fun of, if you're going to make a fun of the people in the South, then don't move it down here. If you think that we talk funny and you don't like the way we talk, then don't come down here. This area is growing so much, it's getting so big. Since my youngest son was born, this area of Tennessee has grown by like 400%. It's like it's turning into Chicago with a little New York and LA thrown in just to get us all riled up. But hey, you know, this is America, and you're free to live where you want. So if you don't like the South, where there's a lot of churches and there's a lot of Christians and there's a lot of people that believe in God and want to do the right thing, and that say you all, if that don't suit your fancy, then move your fancy back to where the hell you came from, because nobody here wants to hear it. If you don't come up there to Chicago and live up there and gripe about how the organized crime run the whole place. If you don't go to Boston and say you all sound like a bunch of sheep when you go Boston. So if we wanted to live up there, we wouldn't make a fun of you. So don't come down here and make a fun of us. But anyway, that's what it's all about today for this little discussion with you. I want to thank you for watching, and I want to thank you for giving me a thumbs up or a thumbs down and leaving me a comment, whether it's good or whether it's bad. And I'm hoping that you subscribe to my channel, and I'm hoping that you hit the bell icon so that when the next video comes up, you'll know about it. But either way, I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. I know how valuable your time is to you, just like my time is valuable to me. But, hey, sometimes you just got to have a fun. And that's what I'm doing today. I'm having fun with y'all. So, here I am without no accent talking to you guys about having an accent, and I don't even have one. So, again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And until then, have the heart of a Viking warrior. Bye.